We good?
Yep.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to episode number 5 with your host, Alvin Hermanto. Just go on and grab my coffee. Today there'll be a couple of meetings which I think won't be super confidential, so hopefully we can record that for you. The team is working on a few preparations for a couple of new projects, which will be exciting. We're very excited about that. We've just won another big project just recently, not earlier this week, but late last week. So we're pretty pumped about it. As a matter of fact, this week is going to be a lot of planning sessions for that particular project. I think we'll try and document where we can and then see if we can use it or not as a vlog material, see how we go. But you know how it is. And other than client's project, usually we will have a bit of downtime in between. The reason why that happens is because we're kind of just waiting for decisions to happen, or at the same time just waiting for assets to come in or things for us to work on. So sometimes it's when it's all about planning, then I'll be involved a lot in it with our project manager Didi and a few of the other project leads. But some of the team will be working on like internal stuff, which is very, very important. So from my point of view, the internal projects are probably the one that keeps us breathing, in a sense of, from a creativity standpoint, it's very important because those are the type of things that we can experiment with. With most clients' project, there's a set of rules that you need to follow, and because it involves the key stakeholders from the other party as well, so it's kind of like you have to find a middle ground or midpoint to get to a solution, particularly in the creative point of view. But for our internal stuff, that's where we get to play around with whatever we want, so that's pretty much our playground. So some of I think, as a matter of fact, I think that's what Jake is working on at the moment, which I'll talk to you about. So yeah, let's just follow me. This is an example of an internal work that we're doing. It's kind of just in progress. I mean, it's been in progress for a while. A lot of the internal work that we do, say hi to Jake, by the way. This is Jake, one of our designers. Jake's helping Kim with this, but essentially this concept, of which will eventually become an animation project, is going to be, where did Kim go? It's going to be an animation, so it's going to be a motion graphic piece, which we're very, very excited about. I mean, we've shared some of the progress in Instagram a little bit as well, in like little snippets of it, but if we have the sketches from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, like, these are all very rough, but these are some of the concepts that Kim's developed, but the idea is to come, I won't go into too much detail about it, but it'll be a scene in where we're at the moment in Paran/Windsor. I think there are bits of South Yarra in there.
Yeah, Windsor, South Yarra.
Windsor, South Yarra, Paran. But there's a story behind this which will update you a little bit later. But Jake, do you want to maybe talk to the guys what you're doing at the moment? Specifically this illustration.
Currently I'm just kind of finding buildings that are, I guess, iconic to Paran and Windsor and everything. And just illustrating them, trying to make it all work according to Kim's grid that is laid out. So yeah.
So we've got these buildings here or the streets and all that, they actually represent where we are. Paran in particular, I think Chapel Street, like that to me is quite iconic, which is the town hall, Paran Town Hall.
Paran Central is there.
Paran Central is there.
This is just a tall building at the end of Chapel Street.
Yeah. So at the end, obviously, this is, I'm not sure, this is probably still 20% of what it needs to do. But eventually we're going to put colors in, and then we haven't done characters. We're going to do some characters as part of this animation. But hey, that's Kim right there. So that's Kim's brainchild. Anyway, so those are some of the things that we do other than the daily grind of client work and getting things done. But these are, I'd like to say, the things that keeps us motivated, because that's where we get to explore more and experiment more and express more. So so hopefully we'll keep this updated and show it to you guys eventually. Before I go through the rest of the other stuff with you, just wanted to give you an update on the product uploads. I think we're close to getting it done. Yo, what's up, gang? Just finished work, on my way home now. It's a bit dark. I'm just doing a selfie video here. It looks pretty dark, so I apologize for that. Hopefully Kim will be able to do something at the post editing. So far we haven't invested in a proper camera or gear for the purposes of the vlog, but that's okay. I think using the phone for now is pretty good for what it needs to do, so I'm not too fussed about that. As long as we can deliver a story to you, that's all that matters to me, and that we can do it quickly without having to be concerned, or without having to be too concerned about the image quality or the video quality. As long as it does justice in delivering the story and our kind of like journey throughout the process of building Relab, then that's all that matters. Today has been pretty good. We've won a couple of new projects with new customers, so very, very excited, super pumped about it. As you know, I'd always love to share the type of projects and the details of it as soon as the customer agrees to it, so I'll definitely do that. But if not, then you kind of just have to wait until it's done, unfortunately. But that's all good. We'll get to show you projects that's been done though, so I'll try to do that as often as we can. What else? Yes, we did a little bit of internal work whenever we can. As you can see earlier today, the example that we showed you was the one that Jake and Kim is working on at the moment. It's a motion piece. It's an animation project. One of our designers actually came from an animation background, so we have decided to work on something that's an animation based, and so we came up with this concept of a story about relationships, that hopefully we can share with you soon once it takes a little bit of a form. We'll definitely show you more progress around that, because we'd love to show you the processes in doing things, or executing things. But to give you a bit of a background to that animation, we wanted to come up with a self-promotion for Relab, but not taking it from a very commercialized point of view, but we wanted people to be able to enjoy the story as well. So we came up with a little script about relationships, because for me personally, that's one thing that we definitely value, like really, really value, between us and the customers. So we're trying to portray that in an art form, with a story through animation. Hopefully that turns out well as how we expected it to be. I'm sure it will be executed really, really well, and can't wait to share that with you. Hopefully it's been a good day for you all watching this. So far, so good in the vlogging side of things for us. I mean, again, if it's about the quality, then we'll definitely improve over time. But for now, hopefully it brings you value, because that's all we really want. And hopefully it gives you a bit more insight about us and Relab, and the type of, kind of like activities if you've seen, the past few videos, then you'll probably see a pattern in what we do daily. And hopefully the last video about the presentation on some of our works, or the introduction document about Relab, brings you good value as well. And as usual, if you've got any questions or whatsoever, that is in relation to us in Relab, or the vlog, or the production of the vlog, feel free to ask us, and we'll definitely get back to you and try to answer your questions. Okay, so have a good evening to everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and let us know as well. Give us your feedback in terms of how we can improve ourselves, and let us know what type of content would you like to see from us in Relab. And yeah, would really, really appreciate your comment, feedback, suggestion, because that will definitely make us even better. Okay? Alright, well, see you in the next one.